And we are back to the fifth segment of the GSMC basketball podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. And I did say we were going to talk about whether or not Luka is going to be playing in the Olympics, but I am canceling that. So this is going to be the other topic that this is going to be the topic that we're actually going to talk about for the fifth segment, and that is, hold on just one second. Ta-da! There you go. For those of you on the audio side, you guys have no idea what I'm saying, what I just did, but I changed the title from Luka Doncic and playing with Slovenia to JJ Redick is the Lakers head coach. It was just determined 20 minutes ago, and it was just like all the reports, I'm getting all of them right now, that JJ Redick is like the Lakers, they're going to hire JJ Redick, and he's going to be the next head coach for the Lakers. This was according to Anthony Irwin of LA on Twitter and or on X, however you want to call it. I said Twitter, and it seems like that's going to be the next move for. This was tweeted an hour ago. This was again according to Anthony Irwin from LA, so it's not from Woj. So maybe it's not entirely like it's not set in stone, but according to this source, the deal is done, and JJ Redick is going to be the next head coach for the Lakers. Now, I feel like this is obviously like this is more so of like a breaking news thing, because it's like literally the second the championship was decided, they were like, "Oop, time to hire," and again, like not the Celtics. Why am I talking about the Celtics? But the Lakers and getting JJ Redick, they went from getting him to like being really hyped for him. Then they went to seeing another option being available and being more hyped about that. Then they went on to being less hype about JJ Redick, and now it seems like there's a lot of negative notion and a negative reaction on hiring JJ, despite the fact that the Lakers and the fans, they were really content about hiring him at the start. Now, it's obviously it could be just the Lakers media, where they like to flip flop between good and bad. Everyone thought that the Westbrook scenario was good, then it ended up being bad. Everyone thought that this trade was good, then it ended up being bad. Everyone thought that the Kyrie trade was going to happen, ended up being bad. All of these things ended up playing a like they all happen with the Lakers, and they all happen with the Lakers market and the Lakers media, and it's like it's really not. I don't like it when the media does this with the Lakers, and I don't like it when the fans do it like all the time. It's really like, ugh, I'm just not a big fan of it. But that's just me. Now, another thing that needs to be like known about this is that like the JJ Redick, he has zero coaching experience. Like this is just this doesn't really, and I'm looking at a lot of the I'm looking at Twitter right now, and all of the comments, it seems like everyone is just not happy with JJ Redick being the new coach, even though they were really hyping him up as being a pretty good coach and like having a really good basketball mind before they had that option of being able to bring in UConn's coach. And it's like it's just, where do the Lakers go from here? That's really the ultimate question. Where do the Lakers go from here? And let me just see real quick. I'm again still looking at Twitter. Now, this until this is really like, reported by Woj, I'm a little bit skeptical, but it seems like this is literally like this is a done deal and it's going to happen. At least according to this source from Anthony Irwin from LA. That is, again, it's a possibility. Now, if it's true, we'll find out from Woj. But like again, like this article in this report, it just popped up, bam, like immediately. And it also came from sideline sources as well. Another one of those pages that I do trust handling with the news. They also handled the news on Jeff Van Gundy being this was actually most recent news, but Jeff Van Gundy is now going to be the lead assistant to Tyronn Lue's coaching staff, which is also like this was reported before Woj ended up reporting this, so it's like I'm not really. I think this source is rather credible. Now, I'm looking at the people in the comments. Lil Fettuccini was saying that Dallas was shooting way too many threes from last night, and well, no, you need to take those threes because it's like you can make those threes. It's like you live or you die by the 3-point line, and I don't really have a problem with a team taking too many threes because it's like you just got to make them. It's that simple. Now JJ should stick to podcasting. I do think that he should stick to podcasting as well. Am I doing any coverage on Olympic basketball? Yes, I will definitely be looking at the Olympics. I will be talking all about them, and I will be screaming my head off as Caitlin Clark is not part of Team USA. But you take the good from the bad. Thank the Lord that we have Embiid on the roster. So I definitely will be covering Olympic basketball throughout this off season. Thankfully, there is basketball in this off season because that will be. I'm very excited for the Olympics. Even though I wish Jalen Brunson was on the Olympics and I wish other players were on the Olympics as opposed to let's see, Tyrese Halliburton, for example. I would have. I'm gonna like the Olympics. They're gonna be fun. Now, back to Redick and this this coaching dilemma. I find it very odd how it's like everybody, like, most of the opinions were really positive in the beginning. Now they're very negative, and I don't understand like what side of the coin are we on, because it's like everyone was saying that he has a great basketball mind. Now everyone is pointing to the lack of an experience despite the fact that he still has that same basketball mind. So it's like, what's the move here? Like where are we going from here with these comments? But let me know what you guys think about JJ Redick. If you guys think that, obviously we know what Lil Fettuccini in the chat thinks about JJ, but we still don't know what everyone else thinks about JJ. Do you think that he is a better option than Darvin Ham? Is will the lack of coaching experience, will it really be that much of an issue? Because if you remember, Joe Mazzulla, this is like, I believe he's the youngest coach to ever win a championship in the NBA, and that was the first time on the job for him. Granted, he was coaching the Boston Celtics, which are an elite organization and an elite basketball team, so, might put a little bit of asterisks on there, that, but regardless, success could happen to anyone, and it's really like, it comes down to it will ultimately come down to luck, and it'll also, because luck plays a part in a lot of these things, like a little bit, just a little bit. Like, you always have to have some kind of luck, and who knows? Maybe JJ Redick will bring that luck, or maybe he will bring that not really, like, obviously he won't bring that coaching experience, but maybe he'll bring some of that NBA knowledge to the table, and we'll just have to see in the future. But I wouldn't count my chickens before the eggs, and I also wouldn't what's the phrase? I forgot the phrase, but I wouldn't really doubt JJ just because of his lack of experience, because you have no idea how good somebody is at a job until they've tried it. So I feel like you need to give him a minute to see if he actually can do it, and then we make the assumptions. But making them before, maybe it's not always the best case, because like I've done before, I thought that this duo between Luka and Kyrie, it wasn't going to work, yet here we are. Well, you could argue that maybe it didn't work, but making it to the finals, I think it ultimately paid off a much better result than what I thought was going to be the payoff from this duo. So in a way, you could say it definitely does work, and it worked a lot better than the duo in Brooklyn. That's for sure. So really, like, that's we just have to wait and see. So that's all I have for this fifth segment, and that is going to be it for the podcast. So thank you for tuning in to the GSMC Basketball Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show, leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. As usual, please remember to use the link in the description to get your comments recognized, or the link displayed below the ticker on every show segment. segment. Really helps the show, makes the show much more interactive between myself and you guys. That is all I have for you on this segment. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, Nelson, and as always, take care.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go.